Hello. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
How are you, Michelle?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. It was my day to take the dogs on a walk, or my turn, and I just came back from a walk. So excited to be here. It's been a while since we were last here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be sharing how things went last week. Michelle, would you mind going through the comments while I connect my AirPods, if you don't mind? I don't know why I always have a little bit of a hard time connecting over the weekend, and I have my AirPods are still on vacation.
Shout out to Girly Girl Style Hubs, Bill. Shout out to Duncan, our moderator. Thank you for joining. So Duncan and I had a little conversation, and I asked him how his eBay sales are going, and he said eBay sales still rocking. But I heard MP has a new glitch, no payouts since last Thursday for many sellers. So I don't know. Do we have MP managed payment here? We use PayPal, so maybe I don't know if we're quite there yet. And so, Bill, how is everything going in Washington? I know it's snowing over there. Yeah. So, are you back, Marina? She's not. So today we are going to review our sales from last week. And also we're going to talk about Bolo. So this is interesting. We're going to talk about silverware. This could be anything silver, from, utensils to tea set. And, many times we go to estate sales and we go to garage sales or even the thrift store. We don't really look at any silverware because, in my opinion, I don't think they're worth any money, but apparently they are. Marina, are you here?
I'm here. I'm just not here, but I can watch. I could watch a show, and as soon as I connect, I'll let you know, if you don't mind. Thank you.
All right, so let's get started. Bill has a comment. Deep snow and chilly. Yes, it's been very cold all over the U.S. except maybe California. It's sunny here. Yeah, what about Boko? Buy one, keep one. Hang on 1 second. Our dog is trying to open the door. Hang on 1 second. Hang on, Marina's going to open the door. Okay, let's get started. So we are going to start here. All right, let's see how everything's going. So how do we do last week? Last week was, actually, there was a typo here. So just look at the right side. Profit was $804.37. Our gross was $1,065. We definitely made the most profit again on Etsy. And then second would be Poshmark and then eBay. So we didn't sell anything on Mercari last week. And yeah, it was pretty slow. How about you guys? How are your sales? How are your Poshmark sales going? Definitely Etsy is still the winner for the last couple of weeks. And so hopefully we'll keep that going. And these are some of our favorite sold items. So we have, first one is, we've actually sold a couple of these before. This is a Disney Princess Pink 13-inch color TV. It's basically one of those vintage, large, boxy television, but it's branded Disney. It's very cool because when you adjust the volume, you go up and down the channel. The Little Mermaid cartoon would pop up on the screen. So it's definitely a really cool gift for someone who is into Disney. And we sourced this for $40 and sold this for $388. Now, guys, if you guys are interested in selling this item, the VHS and DVD player is definitely more rare. So look out for that one. And if it comes with a remote, it's definitely worth more because these remotes are very hard to find. So Disney Princess Pink TV, 13-inch. I think a lot of people would ask us like how we package it. We basically have to send out 2 shipments, one for the TV and one for the player. And John has a comment. He says, "Nice profit. I always wanted a pink TV like that. That's hilarious." Maybe they have a Mickey Mouse version with 2 ears as speakers. Maybe you're interested in that one too. So this next one is a lighthouse figurines. We actually sourced this on an online auction. Estate sale auction, and nobody was interested in this item. I thought they were super cute, so I snatched it for $1, and we sold this for $35. These are made out of ceramics, and I could see someone having like a beach house or a house like next to the coast would use these as decoration. So there are different lighthouses. Some of them are from different, like the actual lighthouse area. So if you look at the bottom, it tells you where the lighthouse is located. So it's kind of cool.
I can hear now, so I'm back. So happy Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for your patience on getting my, what do you call these things?
AirPods
connected. Yeah, it's like I still don't understand how they get disconnected in the first place. But my mom was visiting this weekend, and I was trying to show her how the that effect where you like drown out the noise works. I don't even know if we ever got to it, but I connected my AirPods to her devices. I think that messed everything up. But yeah, I'm back. It's nice to hear you and hear voice. And yeah, like these lighthouse figurines are so cute. This is one of those things that you can pick up for $1 and know like a lighthouse lover out there is going to buy it. Like Michelle said, or even a real estate agent who wants to decorate their house. Remember, in our last episode, we talked about home decor as being one of the high things that are selling right now, right? And so AirPods, yes. Thanks, Bill. And so that's something to look out for. So I do want to talk a little bit about, let us know how your sales went last week in the comments. We would love to know. Our sales went fine. We haven't been sourcing. I actually did go sourcing today. Pickings were a little bit slim. So after we finished talking about our favorite sales, I did want to like review a little bit about how sales and all of that are going for us anyway. And I would like to hear more about you guys as well. All right. So I'll talk about these ones. So this is, it says here Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls, and I guess they're the original, so they're vintage. Our cost was, I think I paid $4 each for each doll. And then we sold them for $50 for the pair. So I know exactly what I got these. I got these at a swap meet. Yeah, I found these at a swap meet. And here's a fun fact. When I was a kid, my favorite doll in the world was one of these, but like the copycat version, not like the original version, right? So this was back in the 80s. So I don't know when these dolls first came out, but back in the 80s when I was a kid, I had a purple version, and I loved how her legs were long. So she just had like, she was like purple and white. Her hair was purple, and the legs, were all like purple stripes. And I thought it was so cool. She had those long purple legs. Now my aunt, my mom's sister, who was a few years older than her, and this, back at this time, we all lived together because my mother and my aunt were single moms, young single moms. And in her room, she had a larger version of this doll on her dresser drawer. And those legs used to hang over the dresser drawers. And I remember as a kid, I wasn't allowed in her room, but I used to want to sneak in there so I could look at that doll and her long leg. I thought she was like so beautiful. So how's it going? Terry from Evolving Always Productions.
Hi, Terry.
It's Taco Tuesdays. Anybody have tacos today? I saw, Michelle, you bought some chips, tortilla chips. So thank you so much for that, because you got guac yesterday. I'm gonna have that for dinner tonight. So I appreciate that. So Bill says his sales were meh. Yeah, I think our sales were also meh, other than the fact we got lucky on a couple of good sized sales. just from like old inventory that wasn't supposed to sell, but you get those random sales, right? And so Terry's having a taco salad. I miss you, Terry. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, and it's really nice to see everyone. Duncan, Bill, and let's see here, and Michelle.
Duncan said, take the dolls off the screen. They are scary. They're not that scary. Duncan, I don't know if you missed our Tuesday last week, our live. That doll was scary. That was a porcelain doll.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the last favorite item. I think favorite because, you know, it's always cool to have a DVD, a VCR dubbing system where you can transfer all your VHS tapes to DVDs. So a lot of people are looking for these. So we sourced this $40 and sold this for $328.
Fun fact on this one, I actually picked up 2 of these last week, and one is going to my mother so she could copy her VHS to her DVDs. And she said she wants to do it for her kids, you know. So that's where the other is going. And these are our bread and butter items. If you haven't, you know, for those of you who have listened in on our podcast for a little while now, you know, vintage electronics is kind of our bread and butter items. We have noticed it's getting more competitive, at least in our area, to find these. So it's taking us longer and more work to find the items, and they're much more expensive. So I remember just 1 year ago when these items were, you know, you could score them for $15-20. Now locally they're going for like $50, $60, $70.
Yeah, there is a demand.
Yes. And Evolving Always Productions, Terry says, wow, a very awesome flip. Yeah. So again, like if you know, pay attention, if you happen to pick up a DVD VHS combo, see if the DVD is a recorder. If it is, you have scored. And again, accidentally, my scores last week both happen to be DVD writers, so we got super duper lucky. I was so happy when I got there and I was picking these items up. I was like, yay, this is gonna help us.
It's awesome. All right, Marina, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to see how sales were for everyone. Duncan, how are sales for you? You know, Terry, how are sales for you? For us, you know, we want to improve our eBay a bit, so we're strategizing. We have a lot of inventory to also, you know, we want to move. So we're going to attempt something new. And we'll keep you guys posted next Tuesday to see how it goes. But Michelle and I are actually going back into our inventory, finding similar sized items like T-shirts, and we're putting them in bundles. So we're going to try that out and see how it goes. If you guys have any tips for us on how to increase our eBay sales, we're all ears. Yeah. So feel free to also message us during the week on our Instagram account, which is Flippin' Gals. We're more than happy to share tips. We share our daily lives on there. And if you have any tips for us to get our eBay store going, we would welcome that with open arms.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
okay.
Comments?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So Duncan says, I still don't know why VHS is popular. I don't think I could ever watch a VHS video again. The quality is so poor compared to the Blu-ray. Yeah, and isn't there now like 4K, which is even like a step above Blu-ray? How's that quality? I wouldn't know. We don't have 4K, I don't think. And then Duncan said, my stuff sells all year round. No slowdowns. That you have found the answer, Duncan. To the question that many of us have. So, and then Terry said that she's working on Etsy and eBay. Really, really glad to hear that, Terry.
Yay.
That should prove fruitful for you to see the results of that. Yeah, we had a friend actually message us. I think it was yesterday. She said that she sold an item on Etsy, and we actually offer webinars on our homepage, flippinggals.com, on Etsy. And she took the first webinar, how to get started, and she sold a VHS DVD combo on there. So so that was really, really exciting and fantastic. Finally, Duncan said, what new thing are you attempting to sell Are you attempting selling vintage stamps? So no, we haven't tried to do that, but we're open. So, and we're going to talk about a Bolo today that we usually gloss over when we go estate sailing. We're not going to do it anymore though after this Bolo. And I did check out boots, but in our area, Southern California, there are not very many boots. And today when I went thrifting, I did look in the boot section, but the comps for the 2 pairs I found were not the best. So I didn't pick them up, but I did look. There were a lot of slim picks in the thrift store today for us. But we picked up a couple of nice things I do want to talk about. We picked up a vacuum cleaner for $80. And what was the name of that brand, Michelle? Rainbow. So check out Rainbow vacuum cleaner. Shout out to, I think it was Hustle and Hooks. They have a huge following on eBay. I think they're the ones that expose us to that vacuum. And it should sell for about $200 to $300. And then, and that's it. And then I just picked up like a couple toys and t-shirts, honestly, not really tiny little things. It's very small pickings. Oh, we did get a 5-disc DVD changer. So if you find those, you could do really well with those as well. So if you're not, we're in LA, Los Angeles, Southern California area, but many of you are in different parts of the world. So if you run into those items, pick them up, test them out, and it could add some nice profits to your earnings. Bill says, sorry about the bull stuff that happened on Posh, ladies. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing a video and uploading it on YouTube, because I think the comments from everyone who saw our stories, and the stories are still live, so if you hear the podcast tonight, you could still check them out, but got a lot of awesome feedback that I'm going to publish from people who saw the stories. And I learned a lot from this experience. Like, yes, it's definitely a bummer when you get scammed. We got scammed on Poshmark. But, we're learning, other people are learning. I believe someone who read it warned another seller who had just sold to that same buyer, and they are canceling their order. So hopefully that, at the very least, it saved one person from that same buyer. So that was nice. Caitlin Murphy, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Would you like to help me with the comments, Michelle, before we get started on our bullet?
Caitlin said she started selling pet items on Poshmark and sold a dog jacket within the hour. Oh my gosh,
that's so cool.
That is so awesome. We do have a lot of pet stuff, so that is very exciting.
We have some jackets too.
We
Our
have
dogs don't really wear them.
We have costumes. We have dog toys. So yeah, that's exciting. And then Terry has a comment. She says, well, Rainbow, I used to sell those like 30 years ago, LOL.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and
I
from
guess
what
that
I hear,
vacuum cleaner's old.
They're like a good brand, right?
Yeah.
The guy powered it on and it sounded powerful.
All right, so Bolo of the week, be on the lookout. So this is very interesting. Marina brought up this topic. And, the interesting thing is, we never really look out for silver items. And I saw somewhere as I was doing research, and they say real silver, usually, they don't look that attractive, but you can always polish it. So if something that's really worn out, if you polish it, it'll look brand new. So just use water and baking soda. And so after knowing that, I think next time when we go thrifting, we're definitely going to be on the lookout for these amazing silverware.
Yeah, so I just wondering, before we get started, also, are there any of you who are in the audience, are you sellers of silver? Have you ever picked up silver to sell or resell? Or are you familiar with silver in general? Michelle and I, we go to a lot of estate sales, or we did in the past. It's much less now. And there's always silver at estate sales, and we never stop. We never check it out. We never look at it. But after doing a little bit of research, that is definitely changing. I want to find some silver. I want to show you guys, like, hey, look what we found, and look what we were able to to sell for a good price. So all right. So there are some types of silver we wanted to discuss with you. And so pure silver or fine silver. Michelle, what does that mean?
That's basically 99.9% silver, which is very, very, very rare and hard to find.
So would you say that it's more expensive if you do find it then? Because
yes.
Of rarity? Yeah.
Definitely more expensive. And then there's silver, which is basically a very generic term, and you really don't know how much silver is in there. So when you see it, it's kind of vague. There's also coin silver. So coin silver is basically 90% silver and 10% copper. That's interesting.
Okay, so then there's also sterling silver, which I believe that means 92.5% silver and 7.5% other metals, which it's usually copper, right? So the sterling silver standard has a minimum millesimal fineness of 925. You'll see that marking on the silver.
And the last one is silver plating. So silver plating, very simple. It's basically has a very thin layer of silver outside, and then inside it could be any metal, brass, copper, white metal, nickel, whatever you want to make it out of. So those are the different types of silver. And now let's go to 2 myths that we have.
Yeah, but really fast. Bill, Girly Girl Style Hub, says that there are plenty of good, inexpensive silver polish products out there. So for us resellers, it'd be good to have one of those in our toolbox, right? And we're going to do 2, like, they're not, Michelle, I thought we were going to do 2, what do you call that? Trivia questions. So Michelle, if you don't mind just restating those questions in the form of trivia really fast. Whoever answers correctly, Michelle, I'm buying you time now, but whoever answers correctly these 2 trivias, we're going to send you $1 in Venmo. So yeah, but we're just kind of testing this out. It would be fun to send some cash, some money. We only have Venmo, but I heard like Cash App is a thing. So like, if we want to start like giving you guys some cash, what is your preferred app of choice? If you don't mind, put it in the comment. Let us know. Duncan says, "Oh, I need $1." So let us know. Yeah, let us know what your preferred method of receiving cash is, because we want to have some fun and play some trivia and give you guys some little money here and there. So this is cool. Terry said that the Cash App, with that you can actually use it to get stocks. So
oh wow, that's cool.
So that's good to know. Thank you. Maybe we'll open a Cash App. We don't have that. Okay, so is this our trivia question, Michelle, the first one?
I guess the first question is, and I'm going to keep an eye on I'm going to write some notes down. Silver plate is magnetic, true or false?
Wait, you have on the screen, it says Miller 1, silver plate is magnetic, silver is not. But we didn't even discuss what silver plate was. Did we discuss what it was? Oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. Oh, we did? What is silver plate? I totally just went blank on that.
When it's plated, it's a very thin layer of silver outside.
Oh, right. Outside of another metal. Okay, got it. Okay. So we have a couple of answers. So Girly Girl Style Hubs, Bill says true, and Duncan said false, and Terry said false. So Michelle, would you mind sharing, or if he said false, Michelle, would you mind sharing, again, the first person who answered correctly is going to get a little bit of cash from us. And what's the answer, Michelle?
The answer is false. Silver plate is not magnetic. And silver is also not magnetic.
So they're both not magnetic.
They're both not magnetic.
Awesome.
So let's see. So Terry and Duncan, they get $1.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, we're all participating. There we go. So I guess it's not the first person who participates. It's if you get it right, you're going to get a buck. So we're going to have Duncan and Terry and Ely as well. So we actually have 3 winners. So congrats, Terry, and congrats, Ely. All right, are you ready for the second trivia question? So I'll do this one. Myth number 2, true or false? Silver plate doesn't tarnish like genuine silver. True or false? Please don't Google the answer. Just guess. 5. Put in your comment. True or false? 5, 4, 3. If you're going to enter, you got to enter your answer before I get to 0. 2, 1. Nobody answered yet.
I'm seeing the answers here, actually.
0. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
So Bill says false.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Bill says false. Terry says false. Duncan says false. Are you ready for the answer?
Yeah.
The answer is it's actually silver and silver plate both tarnish. So they do tarnish.
So the answer was false.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
okay.
no, yeah, that's true. So yeah, the answer is false. I got confused.
And Duncan says, I had an unfair advantage because my dad owned a jewelry factory when I was a teenager. So that's okay. That's what trivia is all about, right? Trivia is all about how much knowledge you have from where your life has taken you. So Michelle said she's going to tally who answered the questions. I guess both answers were false this time. This was really fun. If you liked the trivia, let us know. And we'll make sure to include this every Tuesday because why not? And Girly Girl Style Hubs, Bill said it actually tarnishes less. So the accurate answer. Okay.
All right, we ready to look at some Bolo?
Yeah. Really quickly though, if you please let us know your preferred method of payment. We have PayPal and we have Venmo at the moment. But let us know so we could consider another payment for the next time. And send us your handle on our Instagram direct messages if you do not mind, if you are a winner. Congrats to all the winners.
And Duncan said, Duncan, did I win $1 or $2? Duncan, you won $2. That might be more in Australian money.
Or less. $1, I don't know how.
Or less.
No, sorry. Okay, great. That was fun. Thanks for playing, those of you who played. And we're going to get started with some bolos here. So the first one here is, and these are all American companies, by the way. So I think there's a good chance if you go to estate sales that you will find these. But remember, there's also a lot of online auctions and online estate sales for, many of us who aren't able to leave their home. And then the weather's crazy, I hear, right? Like it's freezing, it's snowing, like in a lot of parts of the U.S. So if you're not able to, again, leave your house, you can shop online. But this company here is called Reed & Barton. Is anyone familiar with the company Reed & Barton? So the Reed & Barton company is based out of Taunton, Massachusetts. And they actually began operations in 1824, which is insane, right? That was a long time ago. Their products included sterling silver and silver plate flatware, which we had to look up, and it means like utensils. Right? And so this was, this during the Civil War. This is interesting. The Reed & Barton produced a considerable quantity of weapons for Union Army soldiers and officers. That is very, very interesting, right? And also, just to wait, is this? I think that's it, actually. Yeah, that's it. So what you see in the picture, if you're watching our YouTube Live or YouTube Live replay, is a couple of tea sets with trays. So there's a 6-piece vintage 1951 silver plate tea set. I believe it has 6 pieces. So you see, like, I think it's like, it's really hard to see, but I see at least 2 tea pots that are gorgeous. And I want to say, I cannot see what is on there, Michelle. It's too little. Can you tell us what
So
it
there's
is?
basically, yeah, it's a big tray, and it's got, I think, a creamer, a sugar container, 2 cups, and 3 teapots.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, and this is what attracted me. I think this is what attracted me. I was looking at online auctions. I love doing that on my spare time. I love looking to see, looking and learning. And I know that these like creamers, it was like silver creamer was going for a lot of money, and I was like, they were not shiny. They were just like they looked so dirty and like old and stuff. And I looked it up, and that's when I discovered like, wow, these are worth a lot of money. I could see why the bid is so high on these. But it also made me reflect that like we never stop to look at silver, and that's been a big mistake on our end. So hopefully we don't do that again going forward. We're also going to be showing you what the logo looks like momentarily. So again, this beautiful tea set sold for $960 in December of last year, 2020. And the shipping was expensive too. It was $160 for the shipping.
Yeah. You know, the crazy thing is, the set came from 1951, and I'm sure the seller cleaned it and polished it, and it looks brand new, which is really insane.
That's a good point. Yeah, it kept really well. And there's another one that sold for $1,200. Oh, hold on. Okay. Again, Michelle, if you could tell us what's on there. I think I see like 3 teapots or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, another 3 teapots, a creamer, I see a cup, and a sugar container.
Cool. And then it's on a tray. So $1,200, shipping was $136.74. And so Terry of Almond Always Production says very pretty. Duncan says, I used to have a silver and gold chess set, real silver and gold. Wow, baller.
Baller, for sure. All right, this is still yours.
Still mine? You want me to do this one too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So this next, but what happened to the picture of the logo for the
so this is still the same brand, but we're showing the flatware. Remember?
No, I forgot. Okay, thank you. So sorry. So the same brand. Also, as we mentioned, they do flatware, right? Like utensils. And so, wow, these go for a lot. There's a set of 68 pieces. The title of these ones are English Chippendale. That's what they're called. If you look at the fork and the spoon, they're not like your average shape. They have a unique design to it. And there were, it was flatware for 12 people. That's a lot of people. And it was a 68 piece set for $4,850. And that includes shipping. There was another piece. The title is English Provincial by Reed and Barton. This is sterling silver, sold for $2,495 free shipping. Okay, so really fast on the flatware. There was a total of $1.6 million last year in eBay sales, and that's about 3,000 sellers who sold over 20,000 sets. So average sold price for a set is about $80. Of course, we're showing you the more expensive ones that you could potentially find. And Michelle, would you go back to the tea set really fast? Okay, the tea set's important too because there was about 3.3 million in sales last year and only 7,636 sellers. And they sold a total of 28,448 tea sets. So what does that say? That says there's a lot of room here for us sellers, right? This is a market that is, it's a secret market that not a lot of people know about. Those sellers know about it, but think about that. 3.3 million divided by 7,600 sellers. I would rather this than tennis shoes personally. And the average sold price is about $115 per piece.
Yep, and keep in mind, these are all sterling silver. Do you remember the percentage of sterling silver, Marina?
Is it 92.5?
That's right.
And really quickly, Duncan says, again, when I was a teenager, my grandmother used to have silver cutlery sets like 200 years old. That must be worth a fair bit these days. It must be worth a fair bit these days, Duncan.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's really cool. And finally, we do have pictures for you guys to check out the logos. So when you are looking, for those listening on the podcast, I have to describe it to you to the best of my ability. But there's like a globe at the very top of the logo, followed by the words MFD and plated by Reed and Barton, Taunton, Massachusetts. Now, some of them have a number and a date when they were made, and even the description of for example, this one says 6 half pints. So some description of how much maybe liquid it holds or whatnot.
Yep. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is Wallace Silversmith. Again, another American company. And Caitlin, you're in Connecticut. This company is based in Prospect, Connecticut. So I would love to go thrifting in Connecticut now.
Estate sales. Hit up some estate sales. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this company started actually in 1815, and it's got a pretty interesting story. This person, his name was Robert Wallace. He basically started working as an apprentice for a company that does silverware, and then he opened up his own company, and it's huge. So we have two really cool examples here. These are punch bowl platter.
Yeah, these are
cool. I could almost imagine like the Great Gatsby, like, he's having a giant party and you like go and dressed up and you have your little punch bowl in there. So it has 15 pieces. There's a giant punch bowl in the middle, and it has these silver cups around it, along with a ladle and a tray underneath. This example we have here, it was sold for $600, and another example sold for $675. So really, really cool design. I would not own this because I don't think we have room for this, but still cool to flip.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out there was 1.8 million in sales with only 1,900 sellers. So there's a smaller quantity of these going around, but definitely on the East Coast. Look into it. Especially they're from Connecticut, and check them out. And sorry, Michelle, not to take over.
No, it's fine. And then we've got an example of the logo. It's super simple. Basically, it says Wallace Sterling, and it has a little W in the middle between Wallace and Sterling. So if you guys are looking for this brand, look out for that logo with the W word. And it has a number underneath. So a lot of places, when they make pots and pans or even silverware, they put a number underneath it. So I think that's a really good indicator that it's a vintage.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go on to another brand. William Rogers and Son, again, American company. The company was, I think it was started around the 1930s. So again, this company is close to being antique in nature, right? And so I think they sold, what did they sell? Well, in this example, they have both tea sets and punch bowl sets. So I guess they just sold those things as well. And they have the punch bowl for about $675. Is it the same set from the before picture?
Yeah, actually, just focus on the first picture.
I'm confused. Did you?
No, the top one is the Rogers and Son.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, just kidding. No punch bowl, just a tea set, right? So there's a tea set here. I notice it has about 3 teas and what teapots, and what are those little things, Michelle? I cannot see those.
I think like a little creamer holder and a cup.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. And a tray, yeah. So that only sold for $345. So I mean, if I was to buy it for less than $100, I would flip it, maybe even as far as like $150. And total sales wasn't much. It was only $230,000 5,000 sellers, and 9,900 of these sold. So notice against the price difference there compared to what we were showing you guys earlier with the 3.3 million and 7,000 sellers, right? So you know which ones to look for. The average sold price on these ones, William Rogers and Sons, was $23. So again, this one's not going to make you a whole lot of money, but if you can find a set, we would pick it up. We like picking up that are going to sell, that are going to give us about $100 in profit per item that we sell. So like, for example, if we get some pots and pans, then we like to bundle them so that we can get $200 in profit for that one sale. Okay, and then the logo is going to be like a bird with W and then M_Rogers, right? That's one logo. They also have another logo because actually what ended up happening throughout times is they kept merging with other companies. So you can note very, very early on is the WM Rogers logo with a bird at the beginning, a star at the end. But later on, you could also find FB Rogers Silver Company, right? So they merged several times. They had Rogers, Smith & Co. They had William Rogers MFG Co. So anything with, William and Rogers is them, probably going to be them.
All right, this next one, Tiffany & Company, the very famous out of all of these for, I think, people, at our generation, this is the most familiar brand. Tiffany & Company, obviously they're very famous from the movie, but also they were actually founded in 1837. And they make everything pretty much from bracelets, jewelry, to plates, to pretty much everything, necklaces. And we went sourcing, I think about a year and a half or 2 years ago, and we found some Tiffany & Company plates. They weren't silver, but still, it's worth money. So we've got two bowls here. One is a punch bowl from 1891, sold for $1,360, and another one that is a very unique square bowl. That's how I would describe it, a square bowl with two handles on the side, and it's a $3,588 that was sold for. Yeah.
Caitlin Murphy says, I live about 15 minutes from Prospect. I am on the now. And Duncan says, I think my cousin lives in Connecticut. We'll tell him to Boko and Bolo. So buy one, keep one, and be on the lookout. Michelle, would you mind reviewing eBay's sales for the year and how many sellers?
Yeah, I mean, this is insane. And the last year, obviously, Tiffany & Company is a big company. The total sales were at almost $5 million, with a total sellers of 5,478, a total of 19,900 items sold, and the average sold price is $250.
Okay, guys, if you are here and you're interested in selling vintage, please, please, please become an expert at selling this because there's so much potential here. Look how little kind of sellers are out there selling these pieces. But I do have to say, out of the pieces that I've seen, even though this is an 1891 punch bowl, it's timeless. I would keep that and not feel like, oh, this is an antiquated. We're not really into keeping antiques in our home. We do like vintage, we like mid-century modern stuff. But those beautiful trays and bowls, I would not mind having as display pieces in a home. They're gorgeous. We would never do that, though. We'd probably sell them. But, I mean, if we had the luxury, we would definitely want to keep those. And, Duncan says 5 million in eBay sales for you too. Duncan, this is our goal. This is our goal. How long it's going to take us to do that is a different story.
Duncan, maybe you can look for your grandmother's tea set or something and ship it over here. All right, so Tiffany & Company logo. I'm sure you guys are familiar with their logo. Over here, I think we've got 3 versions. As you know, there's so many versions. Sterling silver, again, it's a sterling silver. and it has a number underneath the logo. The logo is basically almost like a Times New Roman font that says Tiffany and Company with a number on the bottom.
I find it interesting that their logo is timeless also. Their font hasn't changed. They haven't really rebranded in terms of changing their font for all of these years. That's really kind of awesome.
Marina, I think they rebranded last year because I think they're trying to target the Gen Z and millennials, and they're getting a lot of young influencers to wear their jewelry. So they did rebrand recently.
Oh, okay. And so since last year, I haven't looked at their website because I haven't left my house.
All right, this next one. This is my favorite. Marina, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, this is Michelle's favorite, Steve Sterling Silver. There's a very interesting method as to how these pieces are made. As you can tell, they're very intricate in nature. Steve is Stieff, and they call it repousse, which is like a French term, and it's repousse. And what that means, it's like a type of metalworking technique in which a malleable metal is shaped by hammering from the reverse side to create a design in low relief. So, that's just again, it's a technique. But gosh, this sterling silver flatware, the handle of the spoon, forks, and knives have like tiny little flowers. It's so cute. And a set of these 33 pieces sold for $2,000, including shipping. And there's these gorgeous salt and pepper shakers that sold for $300, a pair, free shipping. Total sales for this was only about $445,000, only 1,198 sellers, and only about 3,700 sold. Average price per piece is $120. However, they can go as high as $5,500 for a set. Yeah, these are beautiful.
and this company is from Baltimore, Maryland. So
thank you.
Also another American company. I definitely, I think I would be able to tell the brand from the design. So that is super cool. We'll be on the lookout for this for sure.
Yes. Duncan said he has some silver teapots or stuff from the 1800s up in the cupboard. Wow, Duncan. Let us know what you got there. All right, Michelle, this one is yours. Oh, by the way, that one company, though, that Michelle loves, the name again, and is this it right here? Steve. Oh, it's so beautiful the way that they write it. It's Kirk Stieff, and that's the name of the founder. And he actually founded this company in 1979. So it's a very, well-known old company. I think, was this the company that ended up creating something for the White House, Michelle, or was that another one that we've skipped over?
Nope, it's the next one.
It's the next one. Okay, sorry, I spoke too soon. But really quickly, the logo, you're just going to find the name Kirk Stieff, or even just the name Stieff only. That's the name of the founder, and it will say something like silver plate. And I think that's it.
All right, this last one. This is a Gorham Sterling. It's an American company. So you know what? That's something that I just found out, is that a lot of American companies mix silver. So I think silver is like a huge commodity for the U.S. market that I was never aware of. So I'm learning. So this Gorham Manufacturing is one of America's largest manufacturers of silver plate and sterling pieces. It is started in 1831. So again, 1800s. So you'll be able to find a lot of antiques here. Started in Rhode Island, in Providence. And actually use a lot of coin silver flatware. They make a lot of coin silver flatware. So going back to our trivia, our little types of silver, what is coin silver? Do you remember, Marina?
So coin silver is like mostly, is it like silver plated? I don't remember.
It's so coin silver is 90% silver, 10% copper.
Got it.
That's coin silver. So again, it's less than sterling silver. Sterling silver is 2092.5.
Got it.
So here we have a very beautiful Art Nouveau tea set, sold for $5,500. We've got another piece from 1869. So this is a centerpiece bowl sold for $4,000. And I still have to pull up another example. This is just one fork from 1870, sold for $140. So if you do find a fork, it's worth over $100. If you look at the eBay stats, total sales were at $6.3 million last year. A lot of people actually carry this brand, 10,000 total sellers, 54,000 items sold, and average sold price is at $115. Very cool.
Yeah, 6.3 million in sales, right, in 1 year. But I did notice those really expensive pieces. Not only are they intricate and they kind of look like medieval style a little bit, like almost Victorian. Like, is it Victorian? Yeah, like I think of like the Hunchback of the Notre Dame Church. What kind of style is that with the gargoyles? Right?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like winged caricatures right there holding the tray.
Yeah.
What you get, but it's like gothic almost, right? And yeah, no, but these expensive pieces are antiques. They're from the 1800s, right? 1869, 1870. So that's, you know, again, I'm not a huge fan of antiques, but I think now I'm going to be looking for this Gorham sterling silver in an antique shop. You know, something we never even think to do when we go sourcing.
Yeah, so this brand actually became famous in 1859 because the flatware, which is the utensils, was selected by Mary Todd Lincoln for the White House. So that's how it became famous, from the Lincolns. Again, so here we are showing you the logo for Gorham Sterling. The logo is very, very unique. It's basically three symbols. On the left is a lion. In the middle is a anchor. And on the right is a Gothic font of the letter G. I think a later version you could see the word Gorham with a lion symbol, but I think I would remember this because it's just three symbols. There is no name on it. And this would be 100% a Bolo because I don't think people would know what this is because the brand is not engraved.
Bill says, finally the anchor in silver.
All right. I think that's it. That's our Bolo for the week. Hopefully you guys learned something new.
Yeah, I definitely did. I enjoyed this, and I can't wait to find, you know, some Gorham sterling, honestly. And Terry, Evolving Always Production, says, I mean, I need to find silver for real. Yeah, please find some silver, everyone. Go on the hunt, you know, online. This is a treasure hunt, right? So let's find some treasure. Let's share our findings and rejoice together. Yeah, thanks so much for joining our live. Michelle, you have your meme that you want to share, right?
You do it.
Sure. Okay, so there's a picture of a cat, and the cat's like a chemist, and he's got like a blackboard with formulas behind him, and he's wearing glasses and a bow tie. And the meme said, in front of him he has like chemicals, like he's a chemist. Says silver walks up to gold in a bar and says, "Hey, you, get out of here."
AU. What is AU?
It's gold, I believe, right? Okay, so yes, have a wonderful night. Thank you again so much for joining us. Please let us know how you would like your cash paid to you. Yeah, and let's see here. Again, Venmo, PayPal. Send us a quick DM with your handle and your platform of choice. And we're going to go ahead and send that cash over to you. Thanks so much for participating. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesdays. Enjoy your dinner if you haven't had that yet. And we will be back on Thursday for our live towards the end of the week. And until then, have a beautiful, beautiful night. Thanks again for coming, and we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Good night.
Have a good night. Bye.
Hey, you. Good night.